Hello, I am Anshul from GoFoodoo.com and this video is all about one figure circumscribing another figure which is further circumscribing another figure. For example, here we have a triangle circumscribing a circle which is circumscribing a square. Let's say side of this triangle is given as A unit and we have to find side of this square. Or to make this question tougher, we could be given area of this triangle as A unit and we have to find area of this square. Let's deal with this side problem. This side is given as A unit. Now this circle is nothing but in circle of this triangle. So the radius of this circle will be in radius of this triangle. Okay, this radius is what? In radius of the triangle, which is delta upon S, where delta is area of this equilateral triangle, root 3 upon 4 A square upon semi-perimeter is A plus A upon 2, 3A upon 2. This will come out to be A upon 2 root 3. Okay, that means this diameter will be twice the radius. This diameter will be 2 times the radius. That would be 2 times A upon 2 root 3. That would be A upon root 3. And this diameter is also the diagonal of this square. See, if we have a square of side x unit, its diagonal will be what? Root 2x. Basic Pythagoras theorem. Don't think and write and waste a few seconds. It should be direct. You should be able to write this directly without thinking. X root 2x. So if root 2x is the diagonal, which is here A upon root 3, then x, the side of a square, will be A upon root 6. A upon root 6 is the answer. Well, you can take any combination of these shapes, one inside another, and you will get a new question. You can put circle outside the triangle, you will get another question. Or you can inscribe a hexagon inside the circle. That would also be another question. But that's it. Circle, hexagon, square and triangle. These are the popular shapes for such questions. Like in this question, we have square, then a circle and then a triangle. Side of triangle is given as A unit and we have to find side of square. Now in the previous question, when side of triangle was A unit, the in radius came out to be A upon 2 root 3. Okay. Now in this question, this circle is not in circle. This circle is circumcircle to this triangle. And we know in case of equilateral triangle, circumradius is twice the in radius. So this circumradius will be 2 times the in radius. Earlier it was A upon 2 root 3. So this time it would be A upon 2 root 3 into 2. The in radius was A upon 2 root 3. The circumradius will be A upon 2 root 3 into 2, that is A upon root 3. And this side of a square is nothing but diameter of this circle. Diameter of this circle will be A upon root 3 into 2, 2 times A upon root 3. That would be side of this square, 2A upon root 3. Now suppose the question says find the ratio of area of triangle to area of square. What would that be? Area of triangle is root 3 upon 4 A square upon area of square is side square. This is the side. 2A upon root 3 whole square. That would be root 3 upon 4 A square into 3 upon 4 A square. A square will get cancelled. The final answer will be 3 root 3 is to 16. Let's take another question. Hexagon in the house. We have a triangle, red colored triangle, a green colored square and a blue colored hexagon, all inscribed in a black colored circle. Now we have to find ratio of their sides, ratio of sides of these figures. We have to find side of hexagon is to side of square is to side of triangle. We have to find this ratio. Okay. What is common between hexagon, the square and the triangle? that they are all inscribed in the circle. The circle relates them all. So we'll start with taking radius of this circle as r, and then we'll get each of these sides in terms of r, thereby relating them. Okay, let's deal with this triangle first. Radius of this circle is r. This is r. And recap of previous video. When side of triangle was a, the circumradius came out to be a upon root 3. So if radius is given as r, the side of this triangle will be a will be r root 3. Okay, a will come out to be r root 3. Side of triangle is r root 3, where r is radius of this circumcircle. Next is square. Let me erase this. Next is square. If side of a square is s, then the diagonal will be root 2s, which in this case is also diameter of the outer circle, diameter of this circumscribing circle, that is 2 times r. So side of a square will come out to be root 2r. Side of a square is root 2r. Last but not the least, hexagon. Okay, this hexagon can be divided into 6 equilateral triangles. This is the center of hexagon as well as center of this circle. So this side of one equilateral triangle is nothing but radius of the circle. Okay, and as it is an equilateral triangle, all these sides will be equal. So side of the hexagon is nothing but r units. Side of hexagon is r, and their ratio will come out to be 1 is to root 2 is to root 3. Moving on to another question. Square inside a square, inside a square, inside a square, going on till infinity. Now let's talk about the areas first, because that is easy. If the area of this square is a units, area of this inner square will be a upon 2. Why? Well, let's focus on these two squares only. If I divide this outer square into 4 equal parts, and if I focus on this one particular part, this is what? This is a smaller square in which this length is acting as the diagonal. So it is dividing this square's area into 2 equal parts. If this part is x, this part is also x in this smaller square. Okay. Similarly here also it would be x, x, x and x. So area of this inner square is what? 4x. Area of this outer square is what? 8x. So area of inner square is half of that of outer square. Okay. Again, let me erase this. Area of inner square is half of that of outer square. Again, if I draw all the squares, area of this inner square will be half of that of outer square. So it would be a upon 2, that would be a upon 4. Area of this square will be a upon 4 upon 2, that would be a upon 8, then a upon 16, a upon 32 and so on. Now come to the sides. Let's say this side is a unit. Then this part from here to here is what? A upon 2. Also this part from here to here is a upon 2. So in this right angle triangle, this hypotenuse will come out to be root 2 times a upon 2. That is a upon root 2. So if outer square side was a unit, inner square side became a upon root 2. Outer square side upon root 2. So this inner square side will become outer square side upon root 2. A upon root 2 upon root 2 will be a upon 2. This inner square side will become this outer square side upon root 2. A upon 2 root 2. This square side will become a upon 2 root 2 upon root 2. That is a upon 4. And then a upon 4 root 2 and a upon 8 and so on. Now let's see the question asked in CAT 2003. Let S1 be a square of side A. Another square S2 is formed by joining the midpoints of the sides of S1. The same process is applied to S2 to form another square S3 and so on. So the final figure will be the same that we just saw, this one. P1, P2 and P3 are perimeters of these squares, P1, P2, P3, P4 and so on till infinity. And A1, A2 and A3 are areas of these squares, A1, A2, A3, A4 and so on till infinity. And we have to find this ratio, okay, which can also be written like this using the summation symbol. One and the same thing. This summation means you add all the values of P obtained by putting value of I from 1 and going till infinity. Okay, you put I as 1, we will get P1, perimeter of this outer square. Then this summation means plus, and then put I as 2, then plus P3, and then this will go on till infinity. This upon A1 plus A2 till infinity, this we have to calculate. Okay, let's find it out. Perimeter of this square is 4 times its side, and we have already figured out the relation between sides of these squares, right? 4 will come in each perimeter. Perimeter of this will be 4 times its side. Perimeter of this square will be 4 times its side. So 4 times this side plus 4 times this side plus 4 times this side. I am taking out 4 common outside the bracket. And inside the bracket I will have side of this square, that is A. A is given in the question, right? Side of this square is A plus side of this square is what? This whole side is what? A upon root 2 plus side of this square is what? A upon 2 plus, this will go on till infinity, upon area of this outer square is what? A square plus area of this inner square is half of that of outer square, A square upon 2 plus half of this area, A square upon 4, and this will go on till infinity. Okay, A I can take out common from this bracket, 4 times A. Inside the bracket I will have a GP, first term of which is 1 upon 1 minus common ratio is 1 upon root 2. Sum of an infinite GP with first term as A is A upon 1 minus R, where R is the common ratio. So first term is 1 upon 1 minus common ratio, that is 1 upon root 2. Upon again A square I can take out common. Inside the bracket I will have a GP 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4, sum of which will be 1 upon 1 minus common ratio, that is 1 by 2. And this will come out to be 4 root 2 upon root 2 minus 1 into 1 by 2. 4 will get cancelled by 2, and we can rationalize root 2 minus 1 by multiplying root 2 plus 1 in the numerator as well as denominator. And finally we will get 2 into 2 plus root 2 upon A. Okay, this is the final answer. A little extension of square inside square can be made by introducing circles. It doesn't look the same, right? Figuring out side of this square, if side of this square is given as A, figuring out side of this square will be a little difficult and time consuming this way, until we just focus on one section and we rotate this square by 45 degree. You see, these figures are one and the same, except for one thing, that we know relation between area and sides of these two squares. Area of this inner square is half of that of this outer square, and side of this inner square is side of this outer square upon root 2. Now if I draw the inner circle, things will remain same. Area of this inner circle will also be half of that of this outer circle. Why? Treat this outer square and this circle, outer circle, as one unit. Okay, this circle and this square are one unit, and this inner circle and this inner square are one unit. Okay, now from going from outer unit to inner unit, we have 50% reduction in the area. See, this inner square's area is half of that of outer square. So in going from outer unit to inner unit, we have 50% reduction. Basically, we have zoomed out by 50%. So the 50% reduction is in overall figure's area. Even this circle is also there in this figure. So this circle's area will also be halved in going from outer unit to inner unit. In going from this circle to this circle's area will also get halved. Understand it in this way. If I tell you these two figures are exact same, only one is lesser in area than the other. Okay. If I tell you area of this rectangle is half of that of this rectangle's area, can you say that this overall figure will be half of area of this overall figure will be half of area of this overall figure? Right? Because the complete figure has been reduced by half. So area of this rectangle was half of this rectangle. Even area of this circle will be half of area of this circle. Now apply similar logic to this next question. A green colored circle with radius r is given to us, and then we have a white colored square, then a circle, then a square, then a circle, then a square, going on till infinity. And we have to find overall area colored in green. Now I am taking this circumscribing bigger circle and this bigger square as one layer, as one unit. Okay, these two are one unit, and this circle and this square are another unit, second unit. This circle and this square are third unit. Okay, and so on. Okay. Now in going from this outer square to this inner square, the area gets halved, right? The area becomes half. So for this circumscribing circle and this circle, for them too, the area will become half. Area of this inner circle is half of that of this outer circle. In going from first unit to second unit, the area becomes half. That means this shaded area will also become half. In going from first unit to second unit, the shaded area will also become half, right? And in going from this second unit to this third unit, the area will become 1/4. Half of that of outer area, it would be 1/4. Okay. So area of shaded region in the first layer, area of shaded region in the first unit is what? Area of this outer circle, that is pi r square, minus area of this white colored square. Talking about square, its diagonal is diameter of this outer circle. So its diagonal is 2r. When the diagonal is given as 2r, the side will be what? 2r upon root 2, that is root 2r and root 2r. Okay. So area of this square will be root 2r whole square, that is 2r square. Okay. Treat this as A. This is the area of this green colored region in outer unit. Okay. And area of green colored region in this second unit will be A upon 2. Okay. Going inside, we will have A upon 4, then A upon 8, and so on till infinity. Now this feels like a GP, looks like a GP, it is a GP, sum of which will be A, I can take out common outside the bracket. A is given as pi r square minus 2r square. So I will write pi r square minus 2r square outside the bracket. Inside the bracket, I will have infinite GP as 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4. So common ratio is 1 by 2. Sum of which will be 1 upon 1 minus common ratio. Okay. And this will come out to be 2r square into pi minus 2. Take one more question similar to this one, but we will approach it differently. This side is given as 2 units and we have to find total area shaded green. So this green colored area plus this green colored area going on till infinity. Let's draw this figure again. Okay, now I am treating this green colored square and this orange colored square as one unit. And you see the same unit is repeated again and again. There are infinitely many such shapes, right? All of them are similar. Yes, all these shapes are similar. So whatever is the ratio of green is to orange in this figure, the same ratio will hold true for this figure as well. The ratio of green is to orange will be same here also and here also. Okay, I am talking about ratio. Also the ratio of green area is to total area for this figure, the same will be for this figure as well. Green is to total and the same will be for this figure as well. Okay, all these ratios are equal. Green area to total area, and the same ratio will hold true for this figure as well. Green area to total area, as all these figures are similar, right? The green area upon total area will remain same only for all these figures. Let's find out the ratio of green area to total area for this figure. If I divide this green triangle into two parts, then we have in total 12 equal parts. That's right, all these triangles are now equal, right? So we have in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have in total 12 triangles, out of which 8 triangles are colored green. So green upon total, this ratio is what? 8 upon 12, which is 2 upon 3, which will hold true for this figure also. Green area upon total area in this figure is 2 upon 3. So we have to find green area, that would be 2 upon 3 into total area of this figure, which is 2 into 2, 4. This will come out to be 8 upon 3. Okay. Total area shaded green is 8 upon 3. Moving on to the last concept, last but not the least, we have a triangle inside triangle situation. Now this inner triangle is formed by joining midpoints of this outer equilateral triangle. Okay. If this side of outer equilateral triangle is A, then this side will be A upon 2. Midpoint theorem. Line joining the midpoints of two sides will be parallel to third side and half of it. Okay. So this side is half of this outer side. And talking about area, if this area is A, then area of this inner triangle will be A upon 4. Why? This overall triangle is getting divided into 4 equal triangles. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We have 4 equal triangles. So area of one triangle will be area of total figure upon 4. A upon 4 will be the area of this inner triangle. Now if one more triangle is inscribed in between, then its side will be half of that of outer triangle side. A upon 2, that would be A upon 4, and its area will be 1/4 of that of this outer triangle. That would be A upon 4, that would be A upon 16. Okay. Now even if circles are drawn in this figure, the relation between these triangles won't change. And also if this triangle and this circle are one unit, and this triangle and this circle are one unit, in going from this outer unit to inner unit, the area is getting 1/4, right? The area is getting 1/4. So area of this inner circle will be 1/4 of that of this outer circle. Also the relation between radii of these circles will be same as the relation between sides of these triangles. Radius of this circle will be half of that of this outer circle. Area of the smaller circle is 1/4 of that of bigger circle's area, and radius of this smaller circle is half of that of radius of bigger circle. Now things won't change even if the figure is drawn like this. This middle triangle, I am tilting it upside down. These two figures are basically the same. So you know everything about this figure as well. Okay. Now anything could be asked in this figure. Like find the total area of all the figures. So we have to find area of this triangle plus this circle plus this triangle plus this circle till infinity. Or you could be asked find the ratio of area in green to area in orange. So we have to find area of area in green. Okay, we have to take sum of all these areas plus area in orange, and we have to find their ratio. I don't think there should be any problem in calculating these, right? So in this video, we saw different shapes, circles, squares, triangles in nested diagrams, and we compared different sides, different radii and different areas. That's all for this video. You can mail me your queries and your feedback on support@gofodu.com or at Anshul @gofodu.com. Thank you for watching.